So, guys, this is my review of Spirit Chronicles episode 9, and let's jump into this review of episode 9, guys. Let's get it. So, this episode was definitely straightforward. It was more centered around Seo, but definitely wanted to talk about this conversation between Rio and his grandmother. That basically they were telling Rui about Rio's royal lineage. And something that I found a little bit interesting about it is that even though they were telling her this information and she was actually treating Rio like royalty, even in this moment, that of course she didn't, in the beginning she didn't believe what they were telling her, but eventually it caught on to her, like, oh yeah, like he's he technically is royalty. But it was just something just I found interesting that Rio said. He said that like his mother was of royal descent, but he is not. And I feel like that him saying that kind of like negates the royalty. Like it, to me, I feel like him saying that there's like the weight. There still is a weight to him being of royal descent. It's just that I kind of felt like he didn't want to fully claim it. So I still feel like he still has a claim to the throne of his family if he really wanted to pursue it. But I also feel like because he was telling Rui this, that he was just saying like, we don't need to be formal at all. And of course, that's what they tried to do moving forward in the episode. Like I said before, this episode was more centered around Seo because we know that Seo likes Rui, right? And excuse me, Rio, right? And like it's always written all over her face. The key thing to note though too is that Rio doesn't notice it at any given point. But again, this episode dives into this, which is, Seo, of course, showing off that she does indeed have feelings for Rio. She loves him and stuff like that. Again, this episode was more centered around her feelings for her, and she eventually does tell him that she loves him. And the reason why she does it though is because Rio tells his grandmother, he tells Rui, he even tells Seo here in this moment that coming this fall, I'm leaving, and he's basically heading back, back to where he originally traveled from, to continue his journey, right? So him explaining this to her, she's of course sad about this. She doesn't like it, and eventually, like I said, like we want to say in the middle of the episode, she tells him how she truly feels, that she loves him. She wants to go with him during his journey, and he definitely tells her that he can't reciprocate those feelings. He cannot return. He kept telling her, I can't return these feelings towards you, because he doesn't have those type of feelings towards her at all. So she definitely was still upset even in that moment once they had that conversation. But again, like I said, episode 9 was more so focused on Seo than anything else when it's pertaining to the story here in the anime. And even to the point of it, the episode focusing on Seo, she was, before she even told Rio that she loved him, she was actually practicing fighting and stuff like that off on the side. She's here, she's she's glowing and stuff like that. She's really trying to put forth the effort to basically go to Rio to tell him that she loves him, and that she won't be like basically saying like she won't be useless during the journey. She won't be able to defend herself or anything like that. So during this episode, she was practicing while doing the normal regular daily stuff that she did around the village. Because they were planting like trees or something like that. I want to say earlier in the episode. So she was definitely putting forth the effort to just, like I said, try to prove to Rio that she was going to be useful if he indeed was able to take her with him during his journey. So what Rio does do, indeed, he goes back to Latifah and them. He goes back to talk to the elders. He's basically continuing his journey, and the one thing that he does ask them for help, because he's gonna be here for a little bit, but not long. So I want to say he's gonna be here for like 2 or 3 months or something like that. I can't remember specifically what he said, but he basically said, I'm gonna be here for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go on ahead and travel some more. Again, I still believe I still want to say that he's heading towards that humongous tree, deeper into that forest, and he wants to find some more stuff. But he basically asked them to be able to build a house that he could. What I want to believe that he wants to miniaturize the house, carry it in a cache, and that's what they're gonna look to try to help him do. Just because he's gonna be on his journey, I guess he wants to be able to just bring that house out of the cache and make it go from a small size to a regular normal size house any given time without them having to put together a tent over and over and over again. So that's just one of the reasons why he came back here. But there was one other thing that happened, and it was actually after the credits, which we had our very first ending credit here in the anime itself. So this was the ending credit scene for episode 9. I apologize. I said that this was the very first ending credit scene for the anime, but actually I believe it was like the end of episode 2, I think. They had an ending credit scene for that one where it was introducing Latifah. But this was the ending credit scene. He slept last night. He went to bed alone last night, but he wakes up the next day with this young lady sleeping naked next to him. By the way, don't want to leave that out, but he, of course, he didn't realize that he thought he was dreaming. He kept saying to himself, like, "This is a dream. I need to wake up at some point." But he then realizes that this is indeed real. This person is real. This moment is real, and he's shocked by it. And one of the funny things that I found interesting is that when he sat up, the young lady ended up waking up a little bit. She sat up and she like put her head on his shoulder a little bit, which is really, really funny. But then the girls like Latifah and them, they come barging in the door and they are just like in shock and all, probably a little bit upset. So it's going to be an interesting, it's definitely going to be an interesting episode 10 to come next week. So I personally am looking forward to this episode to come next Monday when it's pertaining to episode 10. So very interesting stuff, guys. I enjoyed, all in all, I did enjoy episode 9. Like I said, it was just more so focused on Seo and stuff like that, and her telling him that she loved him and everything like that. More focused on her than anything. But what did you all think of episode 9 when you first sat down and watched it? If you did indeed watch episode 9, if you enjoyed it or didn't like it or thought it was just okay, leave some comments in the comment section, guys, below if you feel like talking about anything. But other than that, I will talk to you next time with more Spirit Chronicles. Peace, guys.